Morning, legends. It's all happening. We're down here at the beach, me and Tom. What do we got there, Tom? Are we going to let him swim off, eh? Just on size, but I'll let him go. I've actually just managed to catch my bait, so I've got a herring. I think that snook I've got to let go. We're down here. The purpose of this morning is to catch some fresh bait. I've already hooked 2 little fish here. Tom just caught a size tailor, just on 30, so we'll let it go. I'm going to put the chest cam on now, and we're going to keep casting. It looks like it's going to be an epic morning. Yoo-hoo! Beauty. Fresh bait. Good morning, legends. I've actually managed to pick up a little snook which I released and a herring on a micro jig very early. It's just come 5 o'clock. Tom's picked up a size tailor. It just was on 30, so we let it go. I'm just going to put back on my 30-gram metal. I'm probably going to do 3 to 5 casts. I'm back in my office. I'm back in Perth after our little trip away. And today's mission is just securing some fresh bait for tomorrow. As I said, I've got 1 herring in the bag already, so happy days. And we know there's tailor here because Tom's already hooked one. So I'll keep the metal on. We'll do 3 casts and then we'll change the lure many times, as some of you may know watching the previous episodes. But we've got no wind, little swell, glamour morning. We'll just see the fish will come out and play as well. Just happy to be down the water, having a very quick fish. And already stoked, I've got 1 herring in the bag. So probably only going to take maybe 1 or 2 more. And then that'll be enough. I'm just going to walk this beach again. I'm looking for those established weed beds. As the sun comes up, I'm going to sort of put a lot of time into those areas. But while the tailor are going up and down, I want to keep a larger profile on if possible. But they will also hit your your smaller micro jigs. But the anticipation of that school coming past right now has got me quite excited. I thought I had a decent tailor on because I had 2 fish fighting against themselves on my little micro jig. I was actually quite impressed to get that in with the treble. So we'll do 2 more with this. This is a 30-gram metal. I'm going to drop down to a 20-gram, and then I'll start doing a few shiver sticks, shoot a few sprats, and we'll just walk up and down the beach and see what we can find. We'll have the dog walkers here shortly, so we'll have to be mindful of that. We don't keep any of our lures on the sand. It's an absolute glamour morning. Someone can catch some fish. Tom's picked up another herring. Go and have a look. Greedy herring. What a greedy herring, mate. That's on the, that's that duo again, isn't it? So, hitting that quite a large profile there. And that's absolutely engulfed it. We'll be keeping this one for bait, so that's okay. All right, we'll get him off. But as you can see, beautiful morning. We're still going for tailor. Tom's picked up 1 on size. We've let it go. And we're just going to walk this beach and see what happens. I really, truly believe these fish are so well fed. Had a very large disturbance at the back there. I put on a bigger metal, didn't get any interest. Probably for about 2 minutes, just massive commotion, splashes. These fish are really well fed. I've got a few bumps. But again, no real commitment on anything at the moment. I'm doing micro jigs, small shiver sticks, twisties. I'm certainly going through the little tray that I brought down. And you do have those mornings where I said I can still see disturbance, and there we go. Something picked it up right at my feet. So let's see how we go here. So it looks like a jumping herring. We really are after some tailor as well for a bit of fun. Tom managed to catch one before first light. There's a lot of commotion still, so I am going to keep changing my lure, my profile. And that one popped off, did it? No, there it is. Feisty Hezza. All right, we'll add that one to the bait, and we'll keep going. Nice little West Australian herring. It's been hard work. Those assist hooks there, pinning that fish nicely, get him in the bag, and we'll have another cast. Beauty. I'm just about to go over and see Tom. Unfortunately, he's pulled hooks again, but it's just part of it. Don't know what I've done here, but I'm going to put on the little 20 gram jig. I really like the colour. This one's silver and red. So I'm going to whack this one on, a few casts, and so I'm still hopeful of some tailor. But this little Vex wading bag I've got, so handy on my tray here. I know what happened to that, well, I've got an extra fast clip, I'll put that back in. Just got one tray, bit of leader, braid scissors, pair of pliers, and a lure with a lot of hopes and dreams. All right, so this one, I've had a little bit of success with this lure. I love to pin a tailor on the trebles with it. So much bait getting chased. It's incredible what you see when you come to these beaches in the morning. There's just so much activity. So again, I'm just gonna bounce that on the bottom, a couple of little gentle twitches. See if we can tempt something to nail this on the way in. Tom's getting harassed by the herring as well up there. We wouldn't mind a few more tailor just for some fun. The sun hasn't hit the water yet, so I reckon we're still in for a chance. I'll do probably 2 more casts with this. Oh, right there in the wave. Oh, so cool. Again, this is a herring, so I've got trebles, so I don't actually expect to land it. And I've already pulled hooks. That was very, very cool. Right in. I said I'm actually casting this out in the hopes of a tailor to come past. I will downsize my micro jig if I want to purely target herring. There's a lot of disturbance right in front of me. There's a lot of bait getting chased. It's really quite exciting. I'm hoping there's a tailor or two that comes past. Oh, what's this? This might be a tailor. Feels half decent. They're hungry. They're definitely hungry now. That sun's about to hit the water. Oh, I feel like this is a herring. We'll see. See if it's going to jump in a minute. Yep. Oh, that was a tailor. Bugger, I think that was definitely a tailor. It looked too big to be a herring. Okay, one more with this. Come on. Then we'll change the profile again. Yeah, it felt a little bit too big to be a herring, just the way it picked up the jig as well off the bottom. It's a lot of fun. But anyone can go and get a little tray, go to your local tackle store, speak to the people that work there that fish, know the beaches, arm yourself. Oh, again. So they're hitting this 20 gram. That's very interesting. I think this one, I don't know, I'm not going to call it on camera until I see. The other one was definitely a small tailor and he's dropped off. All right, let's put on a jig with some assists and it's going to be like this. Little chain, just go. So I just wanted to see, I put on a shiver stick and 11 grams, so it's not going to sink too much. I'm only casting it out just past this front section, and first cast got absolutely crunched. I had the 20 gram jig on, but because I had the trebles on, I was losing a lot of fish. So I thought we'll have some fun with these hezzers. And there it goes, swims off. That's all right, we'll go again. I am going to put on a smaller micro jig, but that fish hit it right on the top. So when you're throwing out smaller lures off these beaches, unless it's a metal, these shiver sticks, they won't sink. And that's absolutely ideal. You don't want these lures to sink. You want them just below that top of the water. Just a gentle wind back in. And I got absolutely crunched, so I'll do one more. I know if I put a smaller micro jig on and bounce it off the bottom, they'll probably pick that up quite easily. I am still going to throw some larger metals in the hopes of a tailor as well, but we'll see how we go. One more cast with the yellow shiver stick. Lucky this is only a bait collecting mission, so I wouldn't be doing too well. There's so much disturbance out there. There's bait getting chased, there's fish breaching the surface. It's incredible how much activity is here this morning. It's been a very interesting morning. Lots of activity, lots of herring, and if you want some herring, these beaches are absolutely full of them. So you got one here. What always fascinates me, I had a larger jig on, only by 5 grams, and the herring were absolutely smashing it, but still armed with a treble, so pretty much lost all of them. So I've got this one with assist hooks on. This is only 5 grams less, and hopefully get another one onto the beach. So those assist hooks, they definitely help you catch a lot more fish. I am going to still hopeful of a tailor. Let's get this one flapping about there. This is my favourite colour, the pink, silver and blue. Just watch that wave, doesn't get me. Beautiful morning, and so that's actually been pinned on that circle hook there. So again, we'll keep this one for bait, put him in the bag, and we'll switch over. So I'm just going to alternate between larger lures, small lures. Definitely been sitting on the bottom. I did get a couple on the top on the shiver sticks, but unfortunately pulled hooks. But nice little hezzer. We'll get back out there. Beauty. Now, someone asked me, I want to go catch tailor, where should I go? You know, obviously I'm working an open beach, you know, with some weed beds. There's no actual fixed structure. I'd always recommend going to some reef, some rock walls, some groins for your best opportunity. But you will get the tailor to go up and down these beaches. They will follow the herring, the whitebait, and other bait fish around. So I guess if you want your best opportunity, especially this time of year, I'd be still looking at your rock walls, your groins, anywhere with some fixed reef where you can go plant yourself, you know, but you still will catch good fish off these beaches as well. But so this morning is purely just come out, walk on the sand, catch up with Tom, and just collect some bait, which we've achieved that. So we're just going to keep walking these beach, see how we go. I can see so many fish in the water, but again, doesn't mean that they're going to switch on to my lure, my profile. I think today the micro jigs have definitely fished better than any of the stick baits, but so you can physically see the fish in the water. So we'll just keep persisting, we'll just keep walking up and down. Beautiful morning, great way to start the day. I've just got a 10 gram Alco twisty rigged with those new vexed assist hooks, which I quite rate at this early stage. I've only thrown them but 3 or 4 sessions, but the fish I have hooked have been well pinned, so very happy with those hooks. And so you get a pack of 3 and they're very reasonably priced. All right, I'm going to go back to a micro jig by the looks of it. They just don't want to hit anything else but micro jigs today. And I am still going to be putting on the larger metals, even at this, you know, stage of the day, because you said you will pick up schooling tailor still. But you said if you wanted to, your best opportunity to catch tailor is reefs, rock walls and groins, definitely. Tom's managed another herring. I'll see what he's caught that on. I think he's still throwing a metal in the hopes of some tailor. We'll walk down and have a chat. See Tom there. That's a chunky herring, eh? That's a chunky herring. How's that on the little, what have you got on there?
Just a little micro Alco in the whitebait.
Lovely. All right. Well, flapping about, we'll throw him back in. Yeah, nice. I've been trying micros. I was saying on camera, you can see them all in the water, but they're just not willing to hit too many profiles this morning. It's certainly been a challenge this morning. So me and Tom I'd say we probably dropped combined about 20 herring. I just dropped another one then. I'm going to put a soft plastic on quickly. I can't see too many blowfish. I might just try a soft plastic. But they're just smashing up this whitebait in front of us here, so I'll put on a soft plastic before I head back to the car. Okay, well, I've just thrown a micro jig out and somehow I've hit something unintentional, but I think we've got a mullet. There's lots of activity here. We've got bust ups. I've just thrown a micro jig because there's all these bust ups. I'm not sure if I've got a tailor or if I've actually jagged a mullet. Again, not going for mullet, guys. Just bouncing my jig back, and oh, this is a lot of fun. So let's see what we've got here. If it's a mullet, we've got beautiful fresh bait. So let's play it nice and easy. Oh, beauty. Good way to finish the session anyway. Oh, carrying on. Oh, they're good sized mullet, aren't they? I think we've got a mullet here. As I said, we were bouncing our jigs back because there's a lot of bust ups, a lot of disturbance. We weren't going for these mullet. So I don't know how I've actually managed to do this. Let's see if we can get it in. And that'll definitely be fresh bait if we can get it in. Ripper. Oh, beauty. So nice and easy on the Assassin Affinity, doing its job very well. All right. Oh, that is a stonker. Look at that mullet, Tom. Oh man. As I said, everyone, I was jigging this. I wasn't going. I didn't realize these were mullet. I thought they were tailor. And we've managed to get ourselves an absolute cracking mullet. That's going to be bait. That's definitely going to be fresh bait. Oh, stoked. Beauty. So we've got a school of mullet here. As I said, I thought they were tailor. That's why I threw this bigger jig on. But that is going to be fresh bait. What a ripper on the Assassin Affinity. Great way to finish the session off. Yoo-hoo-hoo. Beauty. That was a lot of fun. Well, that is an absolute wrap. Me and Tom, we've had enough. We lost a lot of fish today, Tom, eh?
Yeah, probably at least 30.
At least 30, Harry. So we both put on some jigs. I've got the 30 gram. I think Tom put a 40 gram on. We actually were intending to go for tailor, and they were mullet, and there's the mullet scale there. So that's probably the best bait I could hope for. So we managed to get, a couple of herring in the bag, a nice big fat sea mullet. So we're gonna wrap it up. Time's now 7:30. Well and truly time to walk off the beach. Lots of dog walkers, lots of swimmers. There is a ton of whitebait off these local beaches. Get yourself down here. So speaking of Tom, we both agree on the high tide, throw out some fresh bait. There's going to be mulloway coming through. It's going to be larger tailor, and obviously your summer sharks. But great way to spend the morning, a couple of hours walking up and down the beach. We've had our fun. We're going to call it a day. Thanks for watching. And again, thanks Tom for coming down, having a crack. You managed to get one legal tailor. We let that one swim off. And we're going to call it a day. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next episode. Fresh bait. Let's see what we can do tomorrow. You. Good morning, everyone. I'm just back at the house. It's only 7:30. What a morning we had. I'm just going to flip over the camera, just show you we've collected some fresh baits. Hopefully tomorrow we can head out somewhere. Even if it's just a light tackle session, we're going to do a bait session tomorrow. So I'll turn over the camera, show you what we've caught. Again, thanks for watching, and look forward to getting back down there again soon. You. All right, as you can see here, got some beautiful hezzers. That sea mullet there as well. I was actually throwing out a jig as we had a lot of disturbance on the water, and assuming they were tailor, and managed to hook this. That's going to be beautiful bait. So probably around about 40 centimeters. Got some beautiful herring as well. So fresh bait tomorrow, and we'll see what we can turn these into. Beauty.